right now I want to show you how to restart the weft. So once you have reached the end of your yarn and it's time to start again, I've already tied my yarn onto my needle here, so I'm going to start again. I don't like to start on the same side that I ended. I ended right here, so I'll pull this back out. I ended over here. I don't like to start on the same side. I like to start on the opposite side. So I'm going to have to pull this down and check to see how I need to do this. So this one is under, this one is over. So I need to make sure that I start opposite from this one. This started over. So I'm going to start under and check your second string. Make sure you did it right. This one is under, so this should be over. And you just continue like you did when you first started. So I have the end of the yarn over here where I ended and the end of the yarn over here where I started. And again, I'll push it up. Once again, don't worry about these tails. You can either tuck them in or you can do it at the end. Alright, I'm double checking over here again. I ended under, so I want to make sure I start over. This one is under, or over, so I want to start under. Always do the opposite. Your warp string should not show 2 times in a row. Be careful when you're pulling this through. Remember to leave a little space over here so that you're not pulling your warp string in. That's called drawing in, and it will give you problems later on because your warp strings will want to cross over each other, and it's very difficult to weave that way. So you want to leave just enough so that that won't happen. And push up. And push up each time. I wanted to show you what it would look like when you are just about ready to finish. So as I said, sometimes when you get near the bottom, you need to really push all of your weaving up so that you can get to the very end strings. So I'll go ahead and weave across. When I weave back, I have to push up so that I can get to that end string to get under it, and I have to push it up when I get to the other side too. And sometimes I actually have to pull this through and then go under. I have quite a tight weave here, so I could possibly at this point just pull this down to fill in that curve and just adjust everything. And I could stop there and I could cut this off and I could call this finished. But if you would like, I want to show you what I meant by dropping off some of the warp strings at the end. So now that I've woven pretty much as far as I can go on the side, the very end ones, what I can do is the next time I can just not go around these end strings and just include the strings from here to here. So I'm going to weave over, again making sure that I do the opposite from what I did the row before. But this time I'm not going to worry about the end string. Okay, I'm not going to go around the end warp string, I'm just going to start and stop on the next to the last ones. And I'm going to go back. You have to pay attention to this next string. It's over, I'm going to go under. And sometimes you won't catch this one until the way back because it's over, so it doesn't look like you're including it, but you'll get it on the way back. just keep weaving like that for a little while. If those strings get to be where they're too hard to get around, you could go to the next two inside and weave on just those strings. And I'm just about out of my yarn. So I think at this point it would be a struggle for me to get back across and get my needle under where it needs to go. So I am just going to cut it off. And spread it out a little bit. I have a few little tails that are sticking out, so once again, I said all you have to do with that is just tuck it under your weaving. So you can either use your fingers. If you have a hard time doing that with your fingers, you can always use your weaving needle to tuck it under too. Just stick it under with that. And there is my completed weaving. Once again, there's a lot of things you can do with this. You can turn these into flowers by adding things around the outside. What I like to do a lot of times is add feathers to it to make it look kind of Native American, kind of like a dream catcher sort of idea with the feathers around the outside. So lots of possibilities. Hope you have fun weaving, and now it's your turn to try it.